there's more I want to do, but I can't because of his diagnosis.
Try if you can't help, just stay quiet.
Right.
Yeah.
Other children were speaking and he could not say anything. He would like blah 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 blah. He wouldn't really say anything.
Would you have considered getting rid of the pregnancy?
If you have a child with special need, whatever condition that child had, please don't blame yourself.
During birth or after birth, the child came out normal.
Hey.
Nothing was wrong with the child.
Heads up. We're here chatting and sharing our opinions, hoping to inspire, connect, or maybe even heal a little. Again, just our opinions. Some topics may be sensitive or triggering, so please take care of yourself and step away if you need to. We are not experts, doctors, or professionals, just real people sharing lived experiences and personal views. We truly mean no harm, and we apologize if anything we say unintentionally hurts or offends anyone. We do not condone violence in any form and do not support harm toward others. We can't cover every scenario, so if anything comes to mind, send us your thoughts via email or DM. You can also join us live on TikTok on Sundays at 2 p.m. Central Time. Please follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking subscribe right here, like this. If this episode made you feel good, please like it and leave us a comment. We would love to hear from you. Okay, let's banter. Hi everybody, welcome to season 2. Yay! Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. Thank you for your feedback, for sharing, for liking, for commenting. We appreciate you. Today, we want to talk about something that really, really touches our community, and it is what life really is for children with autism and their families. So before we get into the topic, let's meet the rest of the team. Hello.
Yes,
Mr.
Mango.
Fashionista.
Yes, Mango.
What's funny?
Hearing you
just-
call me facilitator.
No,
You know,
you are
but you're
fashionista.
killing it.
And she is part of my styling team.
I know.
There's nothing I wear without passing through her.
Thank you for
Let
giving
me
me
give you
credit.
credit.
Thank you. I love styling you. You're welcome. Welcome to the show. How are you feeling? Season 2.
I feel so impressed, especially with the feedback from
Feedback,
season 1. And thank you all for the corrections. We heard them, we read them. We will do some, we cannot do all, but just bear with us. We promise to give you the best and just the best.
Yep.
Thank you. Chop knuckle.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to skip her because we wanted to go last. It's our favorite guest. But I'll go with my evil twin, Mrs. Dimples. Do you like this?
Bring out the dimples.
Do you like this? Do you like
That's-
this? Action. There you go. Hi, Mrs. Dimples. This is V. Welcome to season 2. How are you feeling?
Excited. I think we got some really good feedback that we're trying to incorporate into season 2. And I think I'm feeling more excited about this season because of the guests that we have, right? And some of the
Yes.
topics that we're discussing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to be a part of the team and happy doing this with you.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks for showing up.
And you're eating.
Oh,
You eat.
Sam's rubbing off at me.
Right, on all of us.
Thank you. So the next person I want to introduce is our guest for today, Morine. She goes by Mother of Nations on social media. Mother of Nations. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to
everyone.
the show.
Thank you. Everyone.
So the first thing, before you tell us about yourself, what inspired that name?
Well, Mother of Nation actually was given to me by my pastor. He told me that I see a lot of vision in you. There's so many things that you're going to do to create awareness and to bring people together.
Oh, nice.
I had no idea why he said that to me, but when I started coming TikTok live and creating awareness, I came to realize like, oh, it's
Yeah,
manifesting
yeah,
what
yeah.
he said about me.
Wow, that's really nice. I don't have any kind of cool name like that.
Thank you.
Really great
I
awareness.
I think there was one episode in season one where we talk about finding your purpose. This is I think that was kind of guide her towards her purpose.
Exactly.
Yeah, and she
yeah.
she really is creating awareness because that's how I get to meet you on TikTok.
Right.
One of
Nice.
your lives in the join line was really educated. And like, okay, let me reach out to this lady.
So I'm going to don't leave share the cat. Don't like community. You don't go to street of TikTok. You want to share the cat with
President someday speaking into existence. We're not in the country yet, but well, Mother of Nations,
Yeah.
thank you for coming. Thank you
you.
for honoring our invitation. It means so much. Thank you for always responding and picking up when we call.
It's an honor to be here.
Okay, so before we get into, why you're our guest for today, can you tell us what it is about you that people don't know outside of you just
being mother of nations.
yeah.
Well, for a starter, I'm a nurse by profession, and I'm also a notary here at the DMV. I am a loan signing agent. I work with immigration services. I help people buy houses. I do apostille services, and generally, I'm some sort of a counselor when it comes to mental health.
You want
Because
so
of what I went
Multi-talented.
Jesus.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
We need to bring Mado. Bring a resume, we'll see.
Yeah. I'm a lot of things.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That's good to know.
Thank you.
So you carry all that with the so calm and a lot of
Right, a lot of grace.
So our topic for today is what life really is for autistic children or neurodivergent children, and their families.
Yeah.
And you happen to be a parent of a challenged child.
Yes, I am.
I'm gonna ask the first question.
Sure.
When did you find out first that your child was autistic?
Okay. When my son was born, first of all, it was a normal delivery, no complications. And when he was like 12 months old, and I realized that other kids that were with him, he don't play with them. He do not relate with them. Other children were speaking, and he could not say anything. He would like blah 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 blah. Blah. He wouldn't really say anything, and it caused for a lot of concern to me. And that was my first child. I really did not really pay attention because since I was a first mom, I really did not know what was going on. Until another family member pointed out, like, "Hey, something is wrong with the boy. At this age, he's supposed to be at least making 3, 4 words or 5 words. So I think you should see a doctor, a pediatrician, to really know what's going on with the boy."
So
You go ahead.
sorry, thanks. Just a follow up for that. When you found out, when the doctor told you, what emotions, what feelings?
Hey. Number one, disbelief. I didn't believe it. I did not accept it. I said, God forbid, not my son. I had a lot of resentment. In everything, the emotion, everything was just going through my mind. I did not want to process it, like, why me? Why me? And at the time, I did not even really understand what autism was, especially when I heard there was no cure. And then I started to do research about exactly what autism was. Then it hit me.
So I wish to find out. When my wife was pregnant for my daughter, whenever we went for a doctor's visit, it was a sad day for us because it would be from one negative thing to another. Today, the doctor will say the child head is too small. Today, he will say the child is not breathing well. The child is breech. Every day was a sad day when I was for a doctor's visit. Until like 1 week before the baby shower, he told us he will have to tell us this today. From all indications, there's a higher chances that we'll have an autistic child. Yeah, he told us that like 1 week before the baby shower. I called my wife. I was like, let's cancel this baby shower. I don't think I can do it with the emotions. I can't carry through this. My wife was like, no, let's just do it. We have people who bought the flights already. We pay for the pop, for everything. Let's do it. So we did it. And behold, during birth or after birth, the child came out normal.
Hey.
Nothing was wrong with the child. And so I want to find out, did you have any symptoms during pregnancy that ever draw your attention to that, or did the doctor ever mention something?
Well, you're actually the first person that I'm hearing that you had the diagnosis before birth, because signs of autism always shows after birth. For most part of my studies, what I learned about autism. So actually, it was after I had him, because by the time he was 6, 7 months, he was actually saying A, B, C's, E, all those stuff. And then by 12 months, it just went away. Now, before I went for the DNA testing, there was a vaccine, I'm not going to mention the name for, that he had. And I was thinking, because a lot of autistic mom in our autistic group were thinking that it was that vaccine
That
caused him to become mute. So all my expectation and attribution was that vaccine. It was later on when when the doctor suggested DNA testing to know if actually is genetic, if it comes from my family, from my
family
gene,
lineage.
yes, then they will know how to help him or how to cope with him or how to get treatment. So the DNA testing didn't come until when he turned 7.
Why did it take that long?
Because these practitioners, they have their own way, and there was a gap between my son. When I had my son, when he turned 3, he went home.
Oh, okay.
He went home and then came back later. Then I had to continue, and then I went for the DNA testing.
Okay.
I have a very intrusive, for lack of a better word, question.
It's okay.
And you don't have to answer.
Sure.
I don't think there's a wrong or right answer. So let me give this disclaimer before I even ask the question. I feel like as humans, we're allowed to be honest with certain emotions and feelings, right?
Right.
When you found out, when the doctor told you that your child was autistic, here's my question. If you had known during pregnancy-ish, or maybe you can answer too, when you knew, say it was super, super early, would you have considered getting rid of the pregnancy?
I have 2 answers, a yes and a no. Because before, yes, I would have considered going for an abortion. But after
understanding how to manage it. Okay.
And I went for therapy. When I went for therapy and counseling,
I'm glad you said that.
I come to, we'll get there.
Yeah.
I come to understand like he's the best thing that ever happened to me, because that is the reason why I'm here today. You see, it makes me be able to create awareness, because we have so many African parents that don't even understand what is going on with their own children.
True.
But before, yes, I would have considered.
And I think, I don't know if and I like that you said that. That's honesty, and I appreciate that, because I've had that fear. I don't have children, but sometimes I have this phobia for certain things, certain diseases. Like, it makes no sense. Like, I just sit and imagine that it could be me, and then I get so scared. And then I keep asking myself, if I ever get to know early on that I have a challenged child, for instance, when it's safe, would I keep it? That's a decision that I don't even know, and that's why I was curious.
I think as a woman, right? I'm not going to speak for you. I'm speaking for myself. It would be difficult for me to bring myself to that point to say, let's go ahead and probably just terminate the pregnancy, because just like Sam said, I would want to see what happened. I want to see if it's something that I can manage, that I can handle. Because there are autistic children that if you're not told, you will not know.
Yes.
Their crisis will be like a normal child throwing a tantrum, right? Until their parents would tell you that they are autistic. So I think for the sake of the unknown and for the fear of that question of what if, I want to see. I want to just go through with it and then see how I can manage it. When I was pregnant with my son, we went for an ultrasound. They told me that they could not see my son's brain. And this is after 5 miscarriages that I've had, right? And then I'm having this pregnancy. It's even gone to 2nd trimester. And they're telling me that they cannot see his brain. And then they told me to go and do another ultrasound, right? And then my husband is in the medical field, and he would say he has seen a thing or two. I was scared. I was panicky. I was all over the place. But he was coming. He was like, yeah, that man, they go up and they take flea for the items. Me to go check his brain, So I think if for any reason whatsoever, right, I had given birth to my son and something was wrong with him, I probably would have blamed my husband, because I was willing to go pay that money and do it, right? And he was like, it's not necessary, right? Until when we went for I think to check his sex, I think it's 38 weeks or so, or I think or 28 weeks. And then the same sonographer was one doing my sonography on that day, and she's like, and then we went through it, and he's like, oh, she told us the sex of the baby, and my husband asked, did you see the brain now? And when we came, the first thing she told us is, did you guys go for that scan? And my husband said no. And like, if anything goes wrong with the baby, you guys are to blame, because we told you guys to go to the scan and you didn't do it. And I was sitting there, my heart was pounding, and I was panicking. And my husband was so calm. And then we did the scan, and he was okay. And my husband asked her, like, did you see the brain now? So I think you're saying this now because probably you're just scared of the unknown. But when that life is growing in you, it's very difficult to bring yourself to that point to say, you would want to see, like, if it's something like that,
especially if it's your first child, like your kid.
Yes.
So I wish to ask, when in a society where people tend to shy away from that, even with the parents who have a autistic kid, have you ever been faced with a situation where you felt ashamed or felt it wasn't a reality, or you felt your life would have been better without,
or you feel like
your
you could
child.
hide your child's
situation
from people just to make it appear normal?
Let me tell you guys something. I am the first in my family to have a child with special needs.
Okay.
And as the first person, most of my family members could not understand what was going on, because my son was hyperactive. It was like, if you put him here, he's gonna break everything, throw everything. Now, when we go to I can't take him to church, because if I take him to church, one time he yanked my wig inside the church because he did not want to sit still. So he was just running all over the place. The embarrassment was too much. I can't go to party, I can't go to church, because people like, look at that child, look the way the child is behaving, that child is crazy, that child needs to be in a mental issue, all that stigma, and then the gossip from the family. Your own family, they gossip about you. Maybe she would have just had an abortion, or she took drugs when she was pregnant, she drank a lot of alcohol when she was pregnant, is the curse, is the karma, all sort of things. So all those things, it took me into depression. So I did not want to do anything. I started having, even my own son, look at him. I cannot go out, I cannot do anything. It makes me even, because at the time, the baby father, he disappeared. When they told us that the child was autistic, he vanished. So I did not want to put myself out there again, because I did not want to. I was thinking that if I should put myself out there, I can have another child who will be like him. So I'm already suffering with this one. So it made me to be inclined. I was so inclined, depression. I did not want to go out there. The only place I could go was work, because I had bills to pay. So yes, I was so inclined. I was just alone. I was a loner.
So talking about that, about spirituality, and we are all Africans, and we know how people tend not to see things medically, or see reality into things. They tend to attribute certain things to superpowers, to spiritual powers. Have you ever been faced with that situation where they're like, oh, you probably did something, or somebody did something?
That was a curse.
Yes, I have. Like I said, from some of my family members, I was told that we have to go and seek spiritual help, so they can go and know why the boy is the way it is. And then they told me that, some of my family members told me that I have to appease the gods. I have to go to the village and buy food for people and buy drinks for people, to kind of make some kind of sacrifice so that the boy will be all right. And then one of my family members from my mom's side called me one day on the phone and told me that they went somewhere, and then they said that I have to go and appease the people in my mom's side, that as the first daughter, there's a traditional rites that I have to perform, and I did not do it. And since I didn't do it, they could not come to me because I was stronger. So they went to the one that I love most, which was my son.
Oh, wow.
So yes, I've had it. I have spiritual. Yes, I have.
Did you ever though, or did you just say no?
Where I focus, instead of going to therapy with him, I went back to church.
Okay.
When he was diagnosed and they gave me a lot of referrals where I can go to start help with him, I ignored it. I instead went to church. I was running from one churches to another. I was praying online, offline, Nigeria, anywhere I hear there's prayer service, there's holy water, there is anointing oil, miracle water. That is where I kept my focus, which my priority at the time was giving him the help that he needed. But I focused my attention on church.
So were you focusing your attention on church to pray that he get
Miracle.
delivered?
Yes. I was praying for a miracle. Oh my goodness. Make I tell you this one. One pastor invited us that I should bring the boy. We went to Baltimore. Auntie, they were pouring anointing oil on the ear. They were pouring holy water on the mouth. I mean, they just baptized. The boy was screaming his lung, and I sat there watching. So I focused. I spent like those 2 years in my life in church with him, rather than focusing on medical where it's supposed I should go. Because I was so focused on him getting well, not going to the hospital, which was the worst situation. Yes, which was the worst.
So you're trying to fix it. You had not come to an acceptance.
I wasn't. No, I did not.
So I think it's something that is still very new in our communities. Not just new. I think when parents who actually have those kids, first of all, they don't understand. Secondly, are in denial. And those who understand do not speak up enough about it. For those who do not even know about it, to know what is or what to look for when you have a newborn child, right? Like this family I'm talking about, if they never told me that their child was autistic, I would never know, right? Because I was just a very, very, if we could call boys beautiful, very beautiful boy child, right? But I never knew. I just thought that he was kids would throw tantrums, right? Just at that situation, I was just trying to help him. I thought until they told me. But I think if parents like you are willing to like just put themselves out there and educate others on some of these things, it would kind of help another parent. First off, identify it. Secondly, know the resources that are out there to help. Thirdly, know how to manage it better. Because I think that is a problem, managing it. Because as a parent, you try to protect your child, right? So the first thing is, what can I do to make him get well? Which was what she was trying to do. So even if she had accepted, she was in the point where at some point I think he can get better. So let me try that first. I don't want to be in a situation where I have to manage it for the rest of my life. I want to be in a situation where we can get rid of this completely. Because you are trying to, if I cannot bear, most mothers want to bear the sufferings for their children. If I cannot bear the suffering for you, how can I take it away? So what can I do? So that's the situation that I think that she was in. Before, when you've tried all of that, it doesn't work, then that's where you settle in. Okay, how can we manage it?
I have a question.
Sure.
Do you ever sit and, or did you sit and feel disappointed in the life you have or had with him, and dream of the life that you would have had if you had the child that
was autistic?
Yeah.
Of course, yes, I have, because like my life, I had to focus more on him than going after my own dreams. I could not focus on my own intention, like what I wanted, because my son is hyper and he's the kind of boy that cannot be around people. And as a mom, I was scared that if I leave him with people, they may not be patient enough to watch him when I'm not around him. So, and it also cost me a lot in relationships. I did not want to be involved in any relationship with nobody or try to have more kids, because I had that fear in me that if I should engage myself out there, I may have another child with autism.
Or maybe the person is not even going to accept.
Yes, or they will not even accept
with the situation.
his condition. And Another aspect was I feel sorry for him because my son has the stage 3 of autism, because autism have different levels, and he have the stage that he's non-verbal and he cannot communicate his feelings. So because he cannot communicate his feelings, I am the closest person to him who can really understand him. But if I leave him with somebody, the people may not understand him, and because he's combative, he can hit himself or he can hit other people. So I do not have a life. Like right now, I cannot walk during the day. I can't walk during the day because I have to go for his ABA therapy. I have to go for speech. I have to go all this appointment after his school. So there's more I want to do, but I can't because of his diagnosis. And the way America is, when you have children like that and you don't follow up with their appointment, you are going to be in trouble with the law.
Yeah.
I was already in trouble by taking him home when he was diagnosed with autism, which because early
You got in
intervention,
trouble for
I
that?
got in trouble. Early
Yeah, because you're supposed to
intervention,
give him help, and
early
she's not
intervention
listening.
with autism is the key. When a child is autistic and immediately they discover that child is autistic and they start the care, the child will be more better. He will be able to we will be able to meet up with the milestones and catch up.
And kind of how to interact with people.
Yes, but when he's already older, like 5, 6, 7, it's difficult for that child to catch up. So I was already in trouble when I took him home, when he went home. So yes, it kind of put my life in a pause. It kind of.
So, concerning, I know you said the father left when he discovered that the child was autistic. You're still a young, beautiful lady that other men out there will be having their eyes on you, trying to get into something serious or whatever with you. Have you ever had a situation where someone approached you, and if someone approached you for a relationship, at what point do you tell them that, okay, I have this situation going on? Do you tell them at the first meeting, or you let it go when they are into you? Then you're like, okay, that's what I'm going through.
And has it actually cost you a relation? I know you mentioned it earlier.
Oh yes, of course.
Outside of his father.
That was before I went for therapy. Before I went for therapy, I didn't want to have anything to do with anybody because mentally I wasn't ready to go out there to mingle or deal with other people, and I was trying to hide my son. I didn't want people to know that I have a child with special needs because I was scared that if I should go into a relationship, the person may say, no, if I marry that girl, maybe the girl will come born like that one. You understand? And then people will judge you. So that thing was in my brain. It was in my brain. So no, I did not want to. But after I went for therapy, after I went for counseling, and the counselor told me, thing will not change her, you accept her.
Yeah.
It hit hard. It hit very hard. You are still a young girl and you have a life to live. You have just one child. You cannot just put your life on a pause because you have a child with that condition. When you cannot change something, you have to accept and move on. So yes, after I came back from my therapy, I went out there and I was open for relationship and I actually got married.
Oh.
Congratulations. Thank you.
So,
We'll take a moment. Let's take a moment. We'll be right back.
Hi guys! Of course you know that the Banter Brigade is all about real talk. But when it's time to handle real business, you need a name you can trust. That's why we are shouting out Covenant Notary Services Limited. From immigration services and apostles to wills, trust, and real estate loan signings, they bring the office to you. Whether you are at the hospital, the office, or home, they are licensed, bounded, and ready to serve the DMV area. So visit covenantnotary.net or call 202-883-9238. They are professional, reliable, and mobile. Covenant Notary, making the paperwork easy so you can focus on other things. Okay, let's get back to today's banter.
Welcome back. We were on the topic, what life really is for children with autism and their families. And so I have a follow-up question from what you talked about, introducing a child to new relationships. That's gone because you're married now, which is very good. But let's talk about friends and family. Do you have people that either pulled away from you because of the challenges or help that you needed, and some that showed up?
Yes,
And
I have. First of all, I have some family members that are very, very supportive when it comes to my son. My mom, number one. Ooh, my mother is very supportive. My sisters, because when my son was back home, my sisters back home, they did an excellent job with the boy.
Oh, nice.
Yes, they did. But when I was here in America, when some of them did not really understand what was going on with the boy, they kind of pulled back. And it was for a while where that they themselves decided to like,
Come back.
okay, we just have to support her, and that it is what it is.
you had a question.
Oh, yeah. No, you can follow up.
Yeah, it's regard to support from friends and others. I know this lady in UK, Deli Singer. She has the Singer TV. She has an autistic child, so I remember once she went live and was expressing the same worries and concern with the batching and dragging she gets from people in the community. So at first she held it within her and she couldn't hold it anymore. She had to let it out, let people know that's what she's going through. She has such a kid. So when she went out, she was surprised with the love she received from people with similar experiences, NGOs and other organizations that came out and like, okay, this is what we do. And they even formed like a community of Cameroonian African
Parents with
with
autistic
autistic
children.
and that have been helpful to us. So have you ever got in contact with any of such group or organizations?
I haven't per se, but most of my followers on TikTok who have children with special needs, they come to my inbox.
Okay.
They come to my inbox and they say, "Hey, Mother of Nation, we heard you talking about your son's condition, even those that have other children with other special needs and stuff like that. It's just a general term. How do you cope? How do you manage? How can we get resources in help?" Now, in America, yes, we have all the help that we can get in Europe, but in Cameroon is the problem. In Cameroon, you're on your own. We don't have those services. And most of the mothers that enter my DM, some of them are from Cameroon, where I am coming from, Bamenda to be precise. So with the ongoing crisis now, we don't have that facility where women with children with special need can go for help. But I think they have it in Boya or Limbe thereabouts. So we don't have it. But the ones that they come into my inbox, the little that I can help morally, financially, I do assist. Especially those with wheelchairs or they just need medication or something. So that's my own small community that I have with people.
Let's take a break and just from the we've all been emotional. Let's take a break from the emotional side and just how did you get into TikTok?
Okay. This is now I was going through fertility treatment when I got married, and I was supposed to go for a surgery.
This was years after you had your boy.
That was after I had my son, and I needed to attain a certain level of blood pressure before I could go for the surgery. So I needed to stay home for like 3 weeks because since I came to America, I've never stayed home. So when I was staying home to stabilize my blood pressure before I can go in for that surgery, I was lonely and depressed. Depression set in because I wasn't doing anything. And then I used to join other content creators on TikTok. I'll be on their platform to watch them. And it's like, okay, now that I don't have anything to do, why can't I set a ring camera on to go on and look for a leech and talk about mental health? So that was how I started coming online and I started talking about autism, mental health, life in America and stuff like that. And that was how a lot of mothers that have children like me, they came up and then that's how we started building the community. And that is how I got to where I am today.
So it's
You really embody that in the Mother of Nations.
I know. So I actually asked because I was assuming that it has to do with all of the help she's getting, but she actually had it way before even this. So it is challenging for you. I know it's challenging for your boy. But who takes the biggest hit? Is it the relationship? Maybe your marriage, and I'm not saying spill your secrets or whatever, but he has siblings, and then there's you. Who gets the biggest hit from it all?
I think my husband, because my son have because I don't have another child. Like I said, I'm going through fertility treatment.
Oh, I thought you said you had other children.
No, I don't. I have just one, and that is him. Now I pay more attention to him, I'm not gonna lie, than my marriage, because when I'm always, it's all about him, and I tend to forget my responsibility
As a partner too in the relationship.
as a partner. Like when he starts screaming in the night, I have to leave my room and go be with him. And he comes up, he kind of put a trigger in my marriage, because my son became the center of attraction, and he was just like, okay, since he's not even my son, I cannot really say something, like, because I don't want to get her.
Yes.
I don't want to get her.
It's a very
natural feeling.
Yeah, it's very natural feeling, and it's a very sensitive thing too. But
Yeah.
I think it takes someone who is very understanding, right, and has emotional maturity to even understand what, first of all, you're going through as a mother, and then understand that you have to dedicate that time to take care of your son, because he would require extra care. Right.
But I think that as much as you can be
I was
understanding, you can be frustrated.
Yes. I was going to say that, like, have you actually just sat with him and have a conversation on how he can help you and you can help strike a balance, so that he doesn't feel like I don't even get the time, I don't even get my own time as your partner.
I think that once in a while, well, this is your question, right? You're still married to this man. We don't want to talk about your situation in the house, but what I want to call out is he could be very understanding and accepting and still feel frustration. Even her
I
can
get
feel
it.
frustration.
I get it.
Who does she
Obviously,
go
from time to time, from situation to
Yes.
situation, there's situations where I think, like, at this point I need you more than I need your attention focus more on me, right? But you're giving attention to the other side. Even forget about even regular situation, even just regular and the friends, between friends, and it happens.
Or even her
But
herself. There's times that you feel overwhelmed and you just feel like maybe this child you could just lock the door.
Sometimes I feel like I just want to go away.
Exactly.
I just
Every
need a
situation,
break.
yeah.
I just all the screaming on my ears. Sometimes I don't want to hear it. Sometimes I just want to go somewhere where there won't be, all the screaming. I have to worry about him, all that. I want to, but as a married person, it takes the grace for a partner to understand, especially when he wants his own needs.
Yeah.
And you cannot meet his own needs.
Yeah.
So you know how men are. It's kind of frustrating, and it took me a while, and it took me a long to really understand, like, hey, you have another life now. It's not all about the boy. You have
That's
to.
what I was asking. Like, have you guys had that conversation on how can you strike a balance? Like, I know that I want to be there for you as my partner, but you also know that I have this other person that I needs extra care. So how do I strike a balance so that you don't always feel like I'm always running to this side, and this side is taking more of my time than you?
Well, he's not here anymore anyway. He's locked up, so he's no more. So that's a different story for another day. So, but that was just a challenge that I had in my marriage. A lot of parents that came to my inbox had the same challenges, because when you're a mom, you became this speaker, the spokesperson
For your child.
because he's non-verbal. He cannot communicate his feelings, is one. But as a mom, who is the closest person to that child, you kind of understand him more than other people.
100%.
And his security, his livelihood, everything about him
you.
depends on you, the mom. It depends on you, the mom. Sometimes, even when, like right now, when he's in school, I'm like, what is going on there?
Yeah.
So I don't want to say a curse. It's like a burden that never gets away. You are worried about his condition, and then you have a man over here worrying about his sexual need or all those stuff. It's not that I'm like, that's not important. Let me focus on. And it brought a rift in my marriage, because since it wasn't his biological son, he did not really know how to integrate or say something, because he did not want to get me offended. Like, oh, maybe you are saying this because it's not your child. Stuff like that.
Well,
So
his
it's hard.
biological father left, but I want to say, did you ever find out why? Was it because he couldn't deal with the challenges?
Yes,
Or
the
was it because
pressure.
was he blaming you for it?
Oh, it was a lot. It was a lot. I kind of feel like when he learned about his son's diagnosis, he took off. Because even till today, right here, if he's watching me, I knew you left because if your boy was mentally and physically okay, I don't think he would have left us. I don't think he would have went away. But because you saw that there's no use, or maybe in your mind you're thinking like there's nothing beneficial about him, why be in this boy's life? So even in my head, that's what it is today.
So he's never even reached out to.
He took off when after the diagnosis. He was three and a half, I guess. No, he got diagnosed when he was almost 2. I've not seen him till today. The last time I saw him was when I needed the permit for him to go home to Cameroon, because that consent form, you cannot get a child home without the father signing the consent form for the boy to go home. And I had to call and call and call for him to come and sign that paper. And he said, "Oh, there's crisis going on. I don't want my boy to go home." But you are not.
The
You
boy
don't.
is not
You're
present
not
in his
responsible
life.
for
You're
him
not in the
anyways.
child's life. And then he said he's not going to sign it. So when I threatened him with child support, I said, okay, let's see what the social service is going to say. Since you are not responsible enough to help me with the boy, then
he
that was
signed
when he got scared. He said, okay, get the documents ready. I'm going to come sign. Behold, Abiyo. That was the last time I ever saw him. He's almost 8 now.
And you've not asked for child support?
Auntie, no.
Why not?
Because God gave me my hands and my foot to take care of him. I leave it to Karma.
Does he have family, the ex?
I don't know.
You don't know if he has family?
I don't know.
No, I'm not like married, like sisters, mothers. Does he have? Because
Yes,
we're Africans.
Yeah, you at
there's
least
not
call.
anyone from his side that actually reaches out to
show
say,
concern.
hey,
Yes, he does. They do.
okay.
But it's a trauma that I don't want to deal with. And because I don't want to deal with it,
Yeah.
I
Just cut it off.
cut everything off.
Yeah.
Well, but
Go ahead.
So this thing, it's not a matter of religion or rich, not something for the poor. It's something for everybody. Because even the Nigerian billionaire Otedela, his only son is autistic.
Autistic, yes.
really?
Yeah. Yeah. So what is that thing, that advice that you can give out to African parents who believe or think that having an autistic child is kind of witchcraft, something of shame or disgrace? What advice?
Okay, well, first of all, having children with special need is like you farm in a garden and then you want to have the crops. Some crops will do better and some crops will not do better. That is how I define it. Some crops will do better. That is how children are. And that is how
know
life
until after
is.
harvest.
It's nobody's fault. I used to think that something it was my fault, or maybe I did something.
Maybe you
but
ate
it's
something
no.
or you drank something. Or
It's nature. You have children, some come out better, some do not come out better. And I don't want mothers, because a lot of mothers that come to my box, they will say, my husband said it's my fault. My husband said it is my fault. My boyfriend said it's my fault. No, it's not your fault. It's just life. It's nature. You have kids, they will come with congenital defect. It's nature. When you doing your pregnancy, things happen. Hormonal imbalance, age-related factors. Maybe you were on medication when you were pregnant. Maybe you were diabetic. You were hypertensive. Because you were on cancerous medication. So many things can happen. So it's never your fault, ladies. It's never your fault. If you have a child with special need, whatever condition that child have, please don't blame yourself. Don't let people blame you, or don't let your significant others blame you for your child condition. It's not your fault. It's nature.
I have one last
I
question.
think just the entire community is just be nice, because sometimes, right, you would be in, like she said, she could not go to parties. You be at an event and you see a child behaving like, the first thing that might be not trained up, again, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so be nice. Sometimes the fact that you don't know someone's story, don't assume the worst of the situation, right? I myself, I'm guilty of that. Well, I know better now, but I've been guilty of that. But I think just give people the benefit of that and be nice, right? Try if you can't help, just stay quiet.
Right.
Yeah, because there are things that comments like that would send people into further depression. You were good enough to understand what we're going through and kind of go get help, which is therapy. Not everybody has the ability or understand that therapy can help. So one more comment. Every time they go out, they get an additional comment, another comment like that. It sends them further into a darker place. One, they cannot take care of themselves. They cannot take care of the child that they should be taking care of. So please, just be nice.
One last question before we close out. What is the one thing that you would want people to stop saying to you, to mothers like you, even if they mean well?
Prayer go help. Prayers. That pikin, he go where? Prayer go help. Sometimes they say it to make you feel better, but when the reality hits, that he can get better but not get well. Because autism is neurological. It's in the brain. It's not like something that is systematic, the way you can give medication. No, it's from the brain. And neurological effect is manageable. It's like a ladder. It takes time for that person to adjust. So there's no cure, there's no treatment. So when I get comments like, that your child will be
And it feels
healed.
like you haven't prayed enough.
Yes. It's
prayed.
like,
And everything he went through when you went to that miracle thing.
yeah. With
Were
all
you
the
ever
money.
mad at God though? Did you? Because I do that sometimes.
Yes, I was. Before I went into depression, I blame God. I'm like, what did I do? Why me? Why did you pick me to be a mother of an autistic child? What did I do? Why me? There was so many why questions. I stopped praying, especially when I was going to church for everything and the boy wasn't getting better. I stopped praying. I pushed the Bible away. I wasn't even going to church. I wasn't doing nothing. I said, okay, since you don't want to listen to me, okay, day your day, make a day my day. So it made me kind of, regress when it comes to religion. And when if I come to think of all the money that I spend for holy water, for all these fasting,
For sowing seed,
and then nothing happened, it got me more frustrated and angry. So there are some pastors that when I look at them like this, like, okay. So
Thank you.
And I like the fact that you're being honest with this thing, right? And we have to be honest with ourselves, right? It's good to pray. I'm not saying it's not good to pray. It's good to pray, but it also understand what's the difference between reality and what's the reality on ground and what is spiritual. Because I don't know if these people are saying let's pray or understand that the doctors and psychiatrists and pediatricians that are also there to help this child were given that knowledge to actually, which is also some form of help. So when you say now only prayer go help, so the doctor they're stupid and stupid. Because that's school where they go to the use of authority.
Because in African community, they see people with mental health problem or physical disability as a curse. Some people see it as a witchcraft. They see it as an affliction. Like somebody is not normal for somebody to have mental health issue or physical disability. In an African community or people who are too religious, they see it like somebody caused it. It's not ordinary. So in an African community,
that country fashion don't catch you. That country fashion
we are not at that level yet to assimilate mental health issue. So that is why I come to TikTok all the time and I create awareness on it.
God bless your heart for that.
All time is if you know what mothers come to my inbox and the people talk about it, their experiences with especially children.
Thank you so much for sharing. Is there anything else that you want to share with us? Maybe something we didn't ask that you want to talk
Well,
to?
I just want to create an awareness. That's what I do on TikTok. Like just to tell mothers, and I want to shout out to fathers who are involved in their children's life with special needs, because in an African community, it's only 2% of fathers who are involved in the life of children with special needs. Most of them they took off, and most of them they will blame the mothers. And I also want to shout out to these mothers because I've seen situations where women are scared to let the world know that they have children with special needs. So what do? They carry those children and they go and keep them in the village so that people will not know that they have children with special needs. Please go and bring your child. Take care of your children. It is a blessing. When you have a child with special needs and you take care of that child, there's nothing that God will not do for you. When you take care of a child and you accept that your child needs a lot of help, you are the best person, the best version to take care of that child. You birthed that child. God gave that child for you for a reason. Like me today, I'm using my son's diagnosis to create awareness. I think that's a big thing. So if you are watching me, please Go and get your child. There are so many African parents that they have abandoned their kids because of the stigmatization. It's not witchcraft, auntie. It's not a witchcraft. It's normal. Having a child with special need, mental disability or physical disability is normal. And if you need somebody to talk to, come to TikTok and talk to me. My number is always on my profile. Contact me on
What's your
WhatsApp.
handle? Give
Your
your
TikTok
TikTok
handle
handle.
and
Mother of Nations. Mother of Nations. And you can also call me on WhatsApp 202-883-9238. We can talk about it. If you just need somebody to pour your heart to, I am here to listen.
okay, I know you can't mention all, but there's some people or some group of persons that have been there in your life that helped you throughout this journey, and you might want to say thank you to them, even if not all, just
Marie Claire.
Not limited to.
if you didn't hear her name, you still
Marie Claire X. She's also on TikTok. She also have a child on special need. The lady I told her about, which in Texas.
Okay, yeah.
Marie Claire. Her Majesty. PJ Cakes. They are all on TikTok. She also have a child with
Special needs.
special needs. I also have a lot of support from my mom. My mom, she's my rock. My sisters here, they support me with the child. And I have people that I live with in the house that they help me, Mr. NS. I have Nigerian family that I have my best. I have a Nigerian family that live with me. She came from Qatar with her children. So my house is too big and I do not want to be there by alone. So I said that let them come and live with me. So this lady, oh my goodness, she's Nigerian. Millicent. She came with her 2 boys. She helped me a lot. In fact, she's the reason why I'm here today, because I had to leave the boy with her and then come pick up. I am able to work on the weekends because of her. So
Thank
when
you,
she's in
Millicent.
the house in the weekend, she and her boys will take care of the boy when I go to work. So Millicent, mommy, I want to
I
thank you for
appreciate you
everything.
on behalf.
You are not a Cameroonian, but you are my Nigerian sister. They're perfect. So yes.
So I know over the years you've probably had a lot of resources that have helped you with your son and all of that. We probably may not say all of that now. So if you'd want to reach out, if you're looking for some of those resources that could help your child, please reach out to her, and then she'll be able to kind of walk you through some of those resources that are out there that could help you or could help your child as well.
Right.
We'll also have a standard relationship with someone who also watched the mental health episode last season that is willing to offer 15 minutes free counseling session, right?
Wow.
So if you would want to, probably you're in that situation where you want to go for therapy, maybe just reach out to us. Our TikTok handle is the Banter Brigade. You can send us a message there, or you can comment under. We read every single message on all of our videos. So drop a message on there or comment on there. We'll read it and we'll put you guys in contact so that you can start that therapy. I am so happy you talked about therapy, because that's another thing in our community that people are not that they're not aware of, but it's a no. They still look at it like, I go for therapy because I don't crazy. No, it's
Exactly.
a taboo. It helps just having someone to talk to, someone to redirect you, someone to reassure you. So please do reach out. We'll be able to connect you to that resource.
Not the church. Not the church. If you want to go for counseling, please find a specialist who is
A counselor.
a counselor who is
certified.
professional and certified to talk about your mental health issue. Not go for church where when you come off a day, you will do from one sister for church to another, they are more. No. Go to a certified counseling and talk about your problem. Because when I talked about my problem to that counselor in particular, it was as if a bag of cement
was
was
lifted
lifted
off you.
on my head. Somebody was able to listen to me without judging me. And there was one statement that she made that changed all scenario, when she said, look, lady,
can change it.
if you cannot change it, you accept it. So I encore that message in my daily life, everything that I do. I say, if you cannot change it, accept it. So thank you all.
Thank you too.
Thank you so much. We're gonna take a break and we'll be right back.
Hi, are you ready to stop following the pack and finally create your own lane? Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or import a top quality vehicle, Zillion Autos is your gateway to help you experience the road in style and comfort. From all over the globe, we specialize in an exclusive selection of vehicles that fit your lifestyle and your budget. If you can dream it, we can get you behind the wheel. Don't wait. Drive in your dream car today.
Call us at 650-580-2112 or visit us at Bonamosadi Douala. Z-Lane Autos, your road, your style, your lane.
Thank you. We're back, and this is confessional time again, season 2. But you know what it is. Confessional is people struggling. We have Mother of Nations who is very, willing to be vulnerable enough to share her challenges with us. But there's others who still just send them through confessionals. And then there's things on the streets of social media that make our brains go that we want to talk about. So I don't know which one Vivian has picked, but let's get into the confessional.
Oh yeah. No, this one is not from the streets of social media. Someone sent it in, and it says, "I had someone give me things to take to their friend in Maryland. I live in Minnesota. The things were first of all about 3 kilos. I hesitated, but she begged me that this person ordered these things from her and she needs the money. I get to Minnesota and ask this guy to send me money to mail his things. He asked me to get to the mailing office and tell him the price. I get there, get the shipping fee, send him a text to say how much it would cost. He read the text and didn't reply. I called his phone and he didn't pick up. He had agreed to pick up when I was leaving the house. When he did pick up, I went back home without mailing when he didn't pick up, I went back home without mailing the items. A few hours later, he reached out to say he was busy with work and asked if I sent it. I said no. He said wow. He was disappointed. That common $75 is more than it's not more than me, yet I'm forming big girl on social media. I didn't respond to the text. 2 weeks later, I told him when he tried to ask me if I mailed the things that he will pay for my gas and mileage to and fro. He said I was stupid, that I should eat the things. I ate the things, but now my little friend in Cameroon too isn't happy that I gave her bad markets.
Okay. This person went to Cameroon.
Yes.
Stuff.
So someone ordered stuff from Cameroon, right? They were supposed to ship it. You know, when we sit here and we order things from Nigeria, from Cameroon, and then they ship it to DHL. So this person went to Cameroon, and then this other person ordered something and told them to please carry it for me. So they carry it. So let's take us for example. You're in Cameroon, you have your business, right? I'm in Cameroon, someone wants to order something for you. Instead for you to ship it, say, I would give it to my friend to carry it and bring it for you, right? I bring it out, okay, let me go and ship it. Tell me how much it will cost when you get to the post office. I get there, the way they tell me the price, I call you, you don't pick up. I go back to my house with the item. I call you again, you call me back, did you ship it? No. Now that comes $75 when you go ship the thing, and then you form bigger for social media.
And they finally dropped the thing.
Yeah, and they say, then she's sad, she didn't go and send it because this person texted her, right? She said, like, T, you pay the money.
And
like
pay
that,
for the mileage.
And the mileage to
the
and
sacrifice
fro.
that comes with it. You bring things for people. First of all, you're taking the weight. And then you come over. And then you have to spend your gas and whatever to go mail. Some people do send the money.
Yeah, I think especially if you're doing business, there should be some professionalism in it. We buy things from Nigeria and other places.
No, but this is different. This is different, right? This person
is asking for a favor. From a friend that travels.
Wait, so
you didn't pay the shipping from Cameroon to America. Person don't help you carry and bring them. The only shipping will pay now from here to your state.
Yeah, and you know, so the person they come from a different state and I don't agree, right?
Because I don't know what business you're doing that somebody won't pay for their shipment from Cameroon to here because you have somebody who can carry it for you for free.
Friendship entitlement.
I don't think it's entitlement. That's not what I heard. This is what I heard. You go to Cameroon, you have a little friend that has a business. The little friend is trying to sell. Not every business depends also the capacity of the business. No, Amazon, right? So this is maybe a small young entrepreneur who is saying, if I see person the come, if he send you whatever the goods was, right?
No, that was not
Spices.
the case. They will ship it because if I'm trying to buy for you, if I'm trying to buy from you, right? The regular route is you will ship. I will pay for the shipping. Then you will ship.
You guys are talking about online ship thing. You don't have people in your lives that sell things like Ankara and stuff that say, well, are them a customer for them if you take and go give.
Yes.
So how many people do ship like that?
No, but when you get here, am I who carry the thing for you responsible to ship it?
No, I'm just saying let's not first start by blaming the young entrepreneur who's trying to cut through that. Her. That's what Sam said.
Okay. No, okay, we're talking about professionalism. Okay.
Yeah. So I think the blame here is on the person that
supposed to receive the
agreed.
parcel.
You know that is there now. First of all, they're going to a different state. You know, the person in Cameroon probably doesn't know. They probably feel saying Aboya put up for exactly.
Oh, Mosango.
You understand? And then now the person is in Maryland. I don't know how far Maryland is from Minnesota. You know they have to mail it. Now if it's $75, that's some weight.
It's a weight.
Yes. Yeah. And then you agree, you get there, they send you the message saying na price you don't, and they say because you're forming big girl.
It's that's more than $75. So I think in all of the things that I read, that's the point where I have an issue. And that's more than $75 and if you pay, we need to form bigger for social media. First off, it's not that was supposed to come out of my coffers, right? One. Secondly, what does my big girl for me on social media have to do with the $75 that you have to pay for your item to get to you?
Yeah, makes no sense. It makes no sense. But moving on.
But at the same time, you wouldn't have eaten it. You would have just kept it somewhere.
For how long?
There's no space. Nobody got space in their fridge and to keep your things.
Personally, me, I would not eat it, but
The only thing I'll do is if he didn't pay for complete services, I will send the money to the person, the young entrepreneur, just to support her. Okay, he didn't take it. I will eat or consume the goods.
Wait, are we saying that he had to receive them before he paid?
I don't know. I'm just saying,
not.
in
not
case
it's
where
on eBay market because maybe the person not received it, so the person not feel maybe I don't know what to say, appreciate it enough, or maybe come back or refer.
Change the relationship with the customer.
Customer, yes.
Huh.
But you understand
Thank
to your
you for
customer
eating
do or
that.
you don't understand?
Huh?
You understand to your customer do or you don't understand?
You know, see, there's so much abegno for that site.
But listen, we say don't try
No,
best.
I understand no, but you the vex no me say I chop the tip because the person no pays, I don't give bad market. I say you understand it. You understand see your customer cost me or you don't understand me.
Why didn't you have space in your house to keep them?
Well, I don't know what you want us to advise you though, but I personally don't think you did anything wrong.
Yeah.
They're not paying for their goods, they're not paying for your goods, but I'm sorry that you're losing a friend because you ate the stuff. But I will particularly not eat it, but I'll also not
I'll eat it.
but I'll also not I'll not ship it, obviously, but I'll not
Anymore.
eat it as well.
You try
You'll
ship?
probably just stay with the states, but as matter I think not spoil because the customer not take them. Yeah.
Well, thank you. That was some very good conversation and a confessional. Thank you so much, Mother of Nations. I don't remember the people that you thanked, but we'll thank them later. Now we've cried and we've been sad.
Cried, we've been sad, we've laughed.
Let's laugh now at you.
No problem.
All right. So rules of engagement. This is a game. It's called Speak Out. Right? You will draw from this bunch of cards, and then you wear a denture, and you try to read what's on the card for us to guess.
Sure.
The burden is in the reader's hand to make us understand.
Okay,
It's
really?
not for us to guess. I mean, we'll guess, but the burden is for you to read it well. That's where the
It's really well.
Yes. So if we guess because you read well, no. If you lose after 1 minute, we'll not guess some. You give us $5.
Okay, no problem.
But if we guess because you read it well, we'll give you a whole $2.
I'm bragging
And
rights.
bragging rights.
We'll carry off your chest. But
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Okay, just hold it. Don't let us
You have
see.
to see.
Maybe if I say I'll pretend I say no sound because I want $5. Okay. Let me grab this.
now the show sample and Sam the sample show.
Oh yeah, Sam will give you a sample. So Sam will show you how to do it, how to put it on.
So you hold
Sam,
it
you
like
keep
this.
your own with the junior one.
It's good. It goes down.
Oh yeah.
Like
So
And
you
then
hold it
remember
like
to put the smaller side
Yeah.
inside.
this. Oh, this is.
Look,
No, the bigger side.
The bigger.
the bigger side
Yeah,
inside
like
and the
that.
smaller side
See?
inside.
I just put one side inside.
I can help. Ah.
I think the other.
They really
Again.
I did.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. 1 minute on the clock. Wait. Ma put my timer to it.
I'm looking at the time there.
Okay. I feel like for some reason that one is usually slower. Go.
Launching on yeah.
Launching,
Munching on something.
munching on
yeah.
1 year.
On
Munching on.
bien.
Munching on. Yeah.
Meatball.
You don't know.
I remember you're not L for the team.
You don't know.
Munching. But we got munching.
I just munching on.
That's simple for me. It's a real beer. We need
Okay, no problem.
Thank you guys so much. Any last word before we wrap it up?
Thank you all for having me here. I'm happy. Next time, call me. I'll come.
It was a pleasure.
Thank
Thank you all so much for watching. We want to appreciate everyone who's helped Mother of Nations. You've talked about your Nigerian. What's her name?
Miss Millicent. Her son is Donald. I call him Donald Trump. Her other son is George Bello. George Bello. They are my wonderful family. Mr. Ernest. He also helped me with my son. Sometimes he will pick up my son from school and drop off my son. My father helped me with babysitting. My other sisters help me sometimes when I go to work. I leave him with my elder sisters. Sometimes too they assist me financially. I have my direct follower Eric Moore. He's also on TikTok. He also assists me financially when I'm down with my son. So I have a lot
Support
of
system.
Nice.
So
happy
those are the
with that.
people that matter. We're not talking about the ones that disappeared. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Even the other mothers, we say magnificent. Magnificent Cake who?
Marie Claire,
Marie Claire, and then who cake?
PJ Cakes,
PJ Cakes,
from
Marie
Maryland.
Claire. Thank you guys for creating such a strong community. We appreciate you for showing up for these little girls and boys that you have. Like she said, we're closing the episode by saying if you cannot change it,
Accept it.
it's hard to practice. I don't think that I go by that rule. Follow us on social media. We are on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, and Instagram, the Banter Brigade. Thank you. See you next time.